a representative of the people. That's one way to describe an MP's role. And with that responsibility comes the task of addressing the needs, wants, and general expectations of constituents. We get a glimpse of this multifaceted role as we spend the day with New Democrat MP Irene Mathyssen in her riding of London-Fanshawe in Ontario. We're here during Constituency Week as all MPs return to work closer to home in the days leading up to Remembrance Day.
How are you? I'm fine.
Forget the formalities. To most in this riding, she's simply Irene.
You look lovely.
Well, thank you very much.
Catching up with old friends and new. MP Irene Mathyssen stops by the Duchess of Kent Legion, where she recently became a member. The London, Ontario native has been championing veterans' issues for years and sits on the Veterans Affairs Committee.
They have a common experience that many who have not served could never understand. That is part and parcel of the importance, and the very fact that we owe them so much. Legions help to reinforce the fact that we are a grateful nation. We continue to be a grateful nation. Mr. Speaker, Bill C-36 deals with a complex and a challenging subject: elder abuse.
Elected to the House of Commons in 2006, Mathyssen is also the official opposition critic for pensions and seniors.
There's 14,000 seniors in my riding and 4.8 million across the country, and they need to know that the services are there for them, but most importantly, they're telling me that they need financial security. And so in addition to seniors, I'm the pensions critic. And at this point in time, I'm working on a policy that will ensure pension security in the present and in the future.
The former federal NDP critic for the status of women shares how an MP is assigned a specific critic portfolio. She says it starts with the party leader. At that time, it was Jack Layton who asked Mathyssen what she wanted to do.
We did a lot of work in my office for status of women, and we felt very much that we'd made a significant contribution, and it was time to move on. So Jack asked me if I would do seniors, because there's a real link between the equality of women, women's rights, and seniors' rights.
Mathyssen and her husband Keith later joined veterans, Canadian Forces members, and their families for the change of command ceremony at Wolseley Barracks.
I want to be there to let the modern-day heroes, the men and women who are serving our country currently, know that I appreciate what they do, I honor what they do, and I am most grateful for the fact that they put themselves at risk.
Home to about 106,000 people, the riding is made up of two distinct sections, the older blue-collar neighborhoods of East London and the higher-density South London, home to many new Canadians. The riding was hit hard by the recession.
We had a number of very vibrant industries here in the east part of the city, and they're beginning to close up. Some have gone.
The closure in early 2012 of the electromotive diesel plant that produced locomotives in London since 1950, as well as transit buses and military vehicles for GM, was a major blow.
And that is very hard on families. That's hard on communities. It takes a huge chunk out of the buying power of families.
But Mathyssen adds the community is resilient, and many small and medium-sized businesses are making a difference in the riding. Some landmarks: Fanshawe Pioneer Village, a monument to honor Charlie Fox, one of the area's most decorated World War II veterans; Meadow Lily Woods, deemed an environmentally significant area; and the Thames, a heritage river that runs right through the riding.
And it has incredible historical roots. This part of London was where agriculture and industry met. And in the 19th century, the hops for Labatt Spurries was grown right here in this part of the city.
Ending a busy day on a festive note, Mathyssen joins London firefighters as they all participate in the 56th annual London Santa Claus Parade. An earlier reflection sums up the best part of being an MP.
The greatest reward of this job as an MP is the ability to help and the ability to advocate.